In the heart of a rich and peaceful kingdom called Inewi, there lived a young princess named Oma. She was the only daughter of King Uzo and Queen Amara, rulers known for their wisdom and justice. Oma was beautiful, her skin glowed like honey under the sun, but there was one thing everyone found strange. Oma hated bath. She despised water and soap and everything clean. While the palace blinks with gold and marble floor, the princess' room was always a mess. Her clothes was always stained with food and mud, and her nails full with dirt. No one dared question her. After all, she was royalty. Queen Amara always tried in every way possible to convince her. They brought her rose-scented oil from the east, honey sugar scrub from the north, and even built a golden bathtub that sang luxury. But Oma will always wrinkle her nose and say, "Why waste time bathing when there is so much fun to be had in the garden, playing with frogs and catching butterflies?" Eventually, the kingdom began to talk. How can a future queen be so dirty? Villagers gossiped, children laughed and made rhymes. Pretty face, muddy dress, Queen Oma a royal mess. But still, Oma didn't care until one day everything changed. One morning, a mysterious old woman arrived at the palace gate. Her back was bent like a bow, and her voice crackled like firewood. "I seek a moment with the princess," she said. She was allowed into the throne room. Princess Oma looked at her and scoffed. "Who are you, muddy old woman, to come into the palace dressed like a swamp?" The woman smiled. "I'm here to deliver a warning and a gift." Before anyone could speak, the woman raised a bowl and poured out clear water. The drops sprinkled in the air like stars and fell on the floor before Oma. "This water," the woman said, "is from the hidden spring of purity. Anyone who hates cleanliness will face the spring curse." With that, she vanished into thin air, proof like smoke in a windy day. The palace was stunned, but Oma, of course, laughed. What nonsense! Old people and their ridiculous stories. That night, Oma went to sleep as usual, with her dusty feet and all. But when she woke up, something was wrong. Her skin was itchy, and green patches began to appear all over her arms. Her hair, once shining, now stood like straw. Her fingernails were grey, and the worst thing happened as she began to smell like rotten egg. Panicked, she called the palace helper. They tried everything: herbs, ointments, chants, but nothing worked. The queen was in worry. The king paced around. Oma stayed hidden in her room for days. Then one day, she overheard the maid gossiping. "She's cursed. She should have listened. She needs the spring water." That night, with a cloak over her head, Princess Oma sneaked out of the palace and went on a journey to find the hidden spring of purity. She walked through forests where trees whispered. She crossed rivers filled with singing frogs and climbed hills with tongues that tore her dress. Each time she met someone in need, they asked for her help. At first, she scoffed, "I'm a princess, help yourself." But soon, she got weakened and tired. She realized that no one would help her unless she learned to help others first. She began to change. She helped a blind woman cross a river. She carried a crying child back into the village. She swept the floor for an old herbalist who gave her a clue, and he said to her, "The spring lies beneath the mirror tray, where you see yourself clearly inside and out." After days of searching, she found the mirror tree. Beneath it, a small pool of water sprinkled. Oma looked into it, and for the first time, she truly saw herself. The death, the pride, the loneliness, tears welled up in her eyes. She dipped into the spring, and as the water touched her skin, the green patches disappeared. Her hair turned soft, her skin glowed, but something deeper changed. Her heart felt clean. When Princess Oma returned to the kingdom of Inewi, the people barely recognized her. She stood tall, not just in beauty, but in humility. She apologized to her parents, her servants, and even to the village children. She invited everyone to a grand feast, not in the palace, but in the village square, where she sat and ate with the people. From that day on, Princess Oma became known as the Princess of Purity and Purpose. She bathed regularly, of course, but more importantly, she kept her heart and mind clean and ruled with grace. The moral lesson of this story is cleanliness is not just about water and soap, it's about humility, kindness, and taking care of what is within and around us. Pride makes us blind, but humility makes us shine. Thank you so much for watching this story. I hope you learned from this. If you did, do well to click the subscription button, like this video, and share to your loved ones. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.